It is remarkable how deeply our daily lives are integrated into the digital world. In fact, one report suggests that the average connected person interacts with the device nearly 4,800 times a day. That's almost every 20 seconds. And among the many other things, technology drives how we access information. And the Legislative Assembly of Ontario have embraced that, using digital platforms to deliver important information in unique and engaging ways. Last year alone, well over 1 million visitors sourced out information here on the Legislative Assembly of Ontario website at ola.org. Hello, I'm Anwar Knight. Coming up on today's edition of Get to Know the LAO, we download a fascinating look at some of the team members in the Information Services branch. The sound is distinctive. The stroke of keys, a daily routine here at this third-floor workspace that is a part of a creative and very committed effort with a purpose.
We want people to be involved in the legislative process in whatever way they can.
Alexis Dick-Stephen is a senior developer at the LAO's Information Services branch. She builds applications that are used internally by staff, as well as the publicly accessed Legislative Assembly of Ontario website.
We work in 3-week sprints. We follow the agile methodology, and the idea is that at the beginning of a sprint, you pick up user stories, and by the end of it, you're demoing them to your users.
Back end of web development, how everything works behind the scenes, to the front end, on what users see and interact with, all of it a group collaboration.
To be on the content side of things and have us come from doing research, looking at analytics, looking at our feedback, coming up with ideas, coming up with designs, and then bringing that to our developers and being like, can we do this?
There are 30 team members that make up the Information Services branch here at the LAO, from web developers to data management, digital design, and publishing, to name a few. Nikki Borland, who is a senior web editor, says one of the challenges are respecting the tradition and formal protocols while still making content that is easy to understand.
Sometimes what happens in the house, it's not easy to understand. It's not plain language. So we're really trying to create some information, some helpful articles, some contextual information around bills and other legislative information to help explain that information to the average person.
I think that would also take care of the issue right here.
And achieving that is at times a work in progress.
So you start with something and you test it and you see, is that meeting the goal? Is that solving the problem that you're trying to solve? And if it's not, you're going back, you're tweaking it, going back and testing it again, and it just evolves over time.
It takes a lot of work, a lot of research, and a lot of evidence to power that. So much thought has gone into a feature before anyone sees it.
The digital gateway that connects citizens to the Ontario Legislature in part begins here, through a labyrinth of letters, symbols, and numbers. This code is a digital language all on its own, telling a computer how to execute certain tasks.
It's gotten a lot more powerful. Over the years, we've been able to do so many incredible things in terms of user input and search and just ways to make a page more interactive so that it becomes a really enjoyable experience.
That experience must be correctly duplicated, no matter the device a visitor is using. Behind desktop computers, mobile devices are now the most common.
That affects how we're not just going to design for making sure that the sites and the pages are responsive, but also the actual words. You know, people are not going to be reading long pieces of text on a phone.
No matter the device, today one of the most often sourced out online tools from the LAO website is the Find My MPP page.
So that was a long-term goal of ours. It was something that we were constantly getting feedback from. Everybody wanted to know, and they couldn't figure out easily who their MPP was. It's getting great feedback.
The public, in fact, is often relied upon to steer the team and how they can make the information more user-friendly.
We're also proud of this website and the amount of work that we've done in the last year. You can't help but look back and think, you know, I built this. It's so neat to know that my code turned into what you can see here.
Whether it's on the main website, the Parlance app, or various social channels, the Legislative Assembly of Ontario is fully accessible and ready to connect with you thanks to a very dedicated team. From finding your local MPP to watching live streams of various committee meetings, or maybe just planning a tour, all of that information and more can be found online at www.ola.org. For the Legislative Assembly of Ontario, I'm Anwar Knight.